Hello, I'm David Tepera of the Dekeday Foundation. We appreciate you joining us today for our feature of the week, League City Parks and Cultural Services. Our goal today is for League City residents to have an understanding of the quality of our parks and the importance they are for our community. To help explain that for us is the Director of Parks and Cultural Services, Director Chien Wei. How are you doing?
Good, David.
Hey, I appreciate you taking the time to spend with us today to help explain it for our League City residents. But before we get into that, tell us a little bit of your background and what led you to be our director.
David, this is actually one of the only jobs that I've ever had. I graduated from Texas A&M University with a bachelor's in Parks and Cultural Parks, Tourism Sciences, and back in 1992. I started here in League City in September 1993, and I've been here ever since.
Really?
Yes.
Well, obviously you're doing a great job because you've been here for a long time and you've also seen this community grow. Well, tell us a little bit about your duties and what you're doing.
Parks and Cultural Services oversees park planning, park operations, parks recreation, and the Helen Hall Library.
Okay.
We also look at planning and monitoring our capital improvement plan for future park projects.
Okay, and so for future parks, how many parks do we have as of now?
We've got 10 parks now, not including the boat ramp on FM 270 and our only municipal pool on Walker Street. And we've got the Eastern Regional Park planned for opening in 2012. And then we've got the Girardi Watersmart Park planned for 2013.
Wow. Okay. Well, we're going to get into those here in just a few minutes. But why is it so important for communities like ours to have quality parks? What does that really do for our residents?
You know, I think the importance of parks has evolved over the years. Parks used to be just a provider of open space, green space. They've been visual and recreational assets to communities, but now I think parks are more valuable contributors to youth development, to public health, and to community development.
And I absolutely agree to that because it is a place for families to come together. It's a growing, and the environment of it all is just a positive atmosphere, especially since we're in such suburbia now. And have some openness that's out there. And we interviewed the recreation department last week and all the different activities and stuff that's available for everyone. We're sitting here at Eastern Regional Park that Chien just talked about, which is the newest project that's currently taking place here in League City. Tell us a little bit what's going on. We're actually here today and we're in the construction site, so that's why we have this gray wall behind us, because it's the only quiet place that's going on. So tell us about this facility and what all is going to be here.
Eastern Regional Park is a park project that sits on 27 acres. It's going to be an amateur athletic facility with two phases. We're currently under construction for phase one, which consists of this building that we're in now. It's going to be a community center. It consists of two full indoor sized gyms, a multi-purpose room. The park outside of the building has a trail system, along with 3 international sized soccer fields. That's the Eastern Regional Park, and hopefully construction will be completed sometime in August of 2012.
Oh, so this year?
This year, we're hoping the next month or two.
Okay, and it is. You can. Everybody's been driving by here, wondering what this is, watching it's growing, and seeing all the lights and everything that's going on. So you said phase one. What's phase two consist of?
Phase two consists of a 50-meter competitive pool, and that's currently in our capital improvement plan for 2013. It may be pushed back to 2014, but it'll be adjacent to this building, and it's an opportunity for more additional competitive swimming opportunities.
Okay, because I know currently there is competitive swimming that's going on, taking place at the League City Rec Pool now, correct?
Yes, and our community continues to grow. We're over 80,000. The city has continued to get requests for additional pools.
Right.
We used to have one swim team. Now we have 2 local swim teams and 2 competitive swim teams. So there's actually not very much our biggest struggle at our current pool is the availability of usage at our current pool.
Right.
You have the swim teams, you have opportunities for swimming lessons, then you have limited open swim opportunities.
Right. Yeah, well, and with the city growing, now I think Lake City has its own 3 high schools, so and each of those have competitive swim teams, so I'm sure that part of it is growing. Okay, well, I appreciate helping us understand it. Now, this is a $15 million project, and so what all does it take place for the maintenance and planning of our parks?
Actually, this project came in a little over 11 million, 10 million for construction and $1,250,000 for design. So when we went out to bid, the project actually came in lower than our expectations.
Okay.
And it's probably due to the economy and the competitive bidding process for
Right.
this particular project.
We're good.
Maintenance-wise, the city currently maintains and operates over 350 acres of developed parkland. Many people think that when it comes to maintenance of parks, all it entails is mowing and edging of fields
Right.
of open green space, and that's not necessarily the case. Our staff also does ball field maintenance. They also oversee custodial duties at our parks. They are constantly upkeeping and updating our park structure facilities, and they also have to occasionally deal with vandalism of certain park structures. And we also handle landscaping of our parks, and so there's other aspects of park maintenance other than mowing and edging.
Okay. And things you were just describing also, when you're doing things like this, it also obviously creates job opportunities for our residents as well, which is nice.
Full-time job opportunities for maintenance. We also have opportunities for our young adults. We have part-time positions. We have summer seasonal positions. We have counselor positions, lifeguarding positions. So we see parks as an opportunity for development and for our youth to choose career paths, not necessarily career. Give an opportunity for our youth to work towards choosing the best path to adulthood,
Right.
by parks creating opportunities and programs and intellectual, physical, social, and emotional strengths that they can build off of.
Right, and I agree to that. That's very important. Okay, so you talked about some full-time, part-time positions. Is there ever in need of volunteer work here?
We have several boards that is made up of citizens volunteering to those boards. We have a library board, we have a 4B board, we have a parks board, and these citizens, this gives the citizens an opportunity to come together and to make our community better.
Right.
They have input in development and strategic plans for our future parks and our future public facilities.
Okay, well, in mentioning all that, and I'm sure our viewers are getting very interested on how they can learn more about this. So is there a website or a phone number or something that they can look at these kinds of opportunities, or how they can help?
City Secretary's office, if you go to the city's website and you go to the city secretary's portion of that website, they'll give you all the boards and
Now
commissions.
that's leakcity.com.
Correct.
Okay, so go to leakcity.com first.
If you go to city secretary's department, they'll list all the opportunities, volunteer opportunities that the city offers in boards and commissions that you can volunteer for. If you're interested in parks issues and park projects, if you go to park planning, you will be able to access all the park projects that we're currently working on and the issues that we have with certain projects. and
Okay.
updates.
Well, great. That's fantastic. Well, and before we let you go, but you also mentioned earlier about a future park.
We have, we're fortunate to have 2 plans in place. We have a Parks and Open Space Master Plan, which was created and approved by City Council back in 2006. It's a 25-year plan. We also have a Master Trails Plan that was approved by City Council 2 years ago in 2010. And with these plans, there are actually tools for staff to work with in working towards future park projects. And these plans were made up with citizen input. So we have a plan for future projects. We have the Eastern Regional Park to be completed this year. We have the Girardi Water Smart Park on Louisiana to be completed in 2013. We're also currently working on phase 1 of the Master and Trails Plan of up to 26 miles of trails throughout Lake City. And the thinking behind that is to hopefully link all the parks, all the open spaces, and all the public facilities, and then network with trails and paths.
Really? Well, that would be nice. I would enjoy that personally because I'm a huge bike rider. Well, League City residents, I mean, there you go. That's one of the bonuses of living in a quality city like this. We have these types of parks. We have these types of people that are help our community so that we can enjoy raising our families. So as always, remember, be responsible, be safe. Thank you.